India will host the Olympics in 2028.
Sir, it took Paris $10 million to host the Olympics.
Okay, fine. India will host the Olympics in 2036.
Sir, Canada, Greece and South Korea went into debt after hosting the Olympics. What if this happens to India as well?
No, don't worry. We'll also do crazy viral marketing like Ronaldo. Hey, move this Coke bottle. Give me a water bottle. Keep it here. See? The Olympics are an extravagant event that hosts honorable championships like fencing, breakdancing, horse breakdancing, archery, and Quidditch. Wait, that's Harry Potter. The cost of the Paris Olympics is expected to reach up to $10 billion. This is the cost of building the infrastructure, hosting the players, and creating controversial opening ceremonies like the drag show version of Jesus Christ's Last Supper. L'argent n'a pas d'odeur. It's a French saying that means money has no smell. But what does smell is the river Seine in Paris, due to which an athlete threw up after swimming in it during the Olympics. The river was too polluted. Dude, that's an image of Ganga. Change it. Okay, now it's fine. The river was too polluted for the swimming portion of the triathlon. The state and the city of Paris spent $1.5 billion to clean it since 2015. Their aim was to make it swimmable by 2025, but I bet this guy disagrees. But it's clear that the Olympics are an expensive event. In fact, the Olympics make the Ambani wedding look like a kid's birthday party. Sometimes hosting the Olympics has put a country in debt for 30 years. This is what happened in Canada. Mr. Trudeau, when your father was the Prime Minister of Canada in 1976, why did he build a stadium for the Olympics that put the country in $1.6 billion in debt?
I've been reflecting very carefully on what I remember from that incident almost 20 years ago.
Sir, that was 30 years ago. But anyways, is it true you're going to spend another $870 million to renovate the roof of the stadium that nobody even uses?
I apologized in the moment.
Sir, are you sure you're fit to be the Prime Minister of Canada? But why do the countries want to host the Olympics so badly? Some people say it's for tourism, some people say it's for boosting the economy, or some people say it's for job creation. But let's look at the facts. Beijing's 2008 Summer Olympics cost them $40 billion and it had generated a revenue of $3.6 billion. Let's say you do break even somehow. Still, the International Olympic Committee keeps more than half of the television earnings. And that is the largest chunk of the money generated by the Games. A study of the 2002 Salt Lake City Games showed that there was an additional boost of 7,000 jobs, which was 1/10 of what the officials had promised, and that there was no long-term increase in employment in the country. Even the impact on tourism is kind of mixed. Beijing, London, Salt Lake City, all of them reported a decrease in tourism after the Olympics were hosted in their country. Finally, in a study titled The Long-Term Impacts of Hosting the Olympics, it found that there was no long-term impact on the economy, specifically the GDP of the country. So why even bother hosting the Olympics? To answer it in one word, clout. Remember when you were young and your mom would throw a party and then one annoying auntie would come home and say something like, "Oh wow, bhai, aap to bahut bade fancy ho, chalo hum bhi ek party shuru karte hain." So she throws a party, then her auntie friends copy her to throw a party. It's pretty much the same thing, aunties chasing for clout. That's what happens with countries hosting Olympics. Everybody's after reputation and recognition. But does hosting the Olympics have any benefits? What about the stock markets, you might ask? Well, that is a very nifty question. Since the 1984 LA Olympics, 75% of the host countries saw their stock markets rise by the end of the Games. Even better, nearly 90% of the countries saw the stock markets rise in the year following the Olympics. On average, the markets rose by 23.6%. After the 1996 US Olympics, the S&P 500 rose by 20% the next year. After the 1988 South Korea Olympics, the Korean index KOSPI rose by 27% the next year. After the 2008 China Olympics, hosted in Beijing, the Shanghai Composite Index grew by 27% the next year. So in conclusion, hosting the Olympics is expensive. It might put a country in debt for many years. It has little to no positive impact on the economy, but there's a chance that the markets do well. Now we have an idea of what would happen if India hosted the Olympics in 2036. But the real question is, does India even need to host the Olympics? According to the economists Robert Bard and Victor Matheson, economic considerations are not the most important thing when choosing to host the Olympics. Instead, the desire to host the game may be driven by the egos of a country's leaders or as a demonstration of a country's political and economic power. So as the famous French saying goes, cela n'a aucun sens. It means that an economy should be strong and powerful before they host the Olympics. See you soon.